Good morning, everyone. It is Friday, August 20th. I want to welcome the new folks that we have in the room for this week. It's so great to have you. If you have any questions, be sure to reach out. Both Nate and I are here to help you as much as possible. All right, here is a look at our S&P futures, and you can see that we are pointing down. The Dow Futures are down about 142. Gold is a little bit up. Oil's a little bit down. And we have the S&P down about 16 points. Not the SPY, but the actual S&P. And the NASDAQ about 17. So, yeah, not a big move there. But this, okay, so let's go right back here to the futures. You can see we're putting in an inside candle. This channel here, this blue line, is what we had prior to the breakout. This was the breakout that we had, went up and hit the high. You can see we came down, tapped the 50, tapped the 50. You see that we keep coming back to the 50. It's options expiration. And another trader had pointed out how often we seem to come back and have these dips pretty close to the option expiration day. So that's definitely something that we should watch going forward. All right, so yesterday turned out to be a pretty decent close. We had a bit of a bullish candle. Our buying selling volume, you can see that we still had a lot more buying than selling. But those names in which buying was happening, I think, were pretty small, a pretty narrow list. Today we're coming back in a little bit here, but still using this channel for some support right now. So there's not a lot in the economic data today. We do have Fed Kaplan speaking this, I guess later this morning at 11 o'clock Eastern time. But we do have President Biden speaking about Afghanistan, and that's going to be at 1 p.m. Eastern time. So I would expect maybe some volatility around that. I don't know what he's really going to come out and say, but I think that it's just something we have to keep in our mind that potentially he could say something that would move the markets. I mean, the uncertainty in Afghanistan is weighing on our markets. The uncertainty around COVID is weighing on our markets. The uncertainty about tapering, the Fed's tapering and interest rate is weighing on our market. Next week we have the Jackson Hole, I think it's next week, right? It's the end of next week. The Jackson Hole Symposium. I know it's coming up, but I think it's next week. So we have, and in that the Fed, I think, will talk a little bit more about tapering and what that might look like and what the triggers for it will be. So we have that going on. And again, being a Friday options expiration, we will see a lot of volatility just from that. Those are typically higher volatility days. So, okay, let's take a look here. Sorry, I don't know why my throat is so itchy this morning. Okay, so we had some great trades yesterday. So I'm going to go over those charts first because some of these names are hanging in pretty darn strong. So let's go ahead, hop on over. We exited Microsoft, if you were in that with me. We exited Microsoft. What I love about Microsoft, bullish engulfing candle. We're going to look at a few of these with engulfing candles for today. But beautiful bullish engulfing candle. Ended up there on the highs, closing on the highs. This morning, we are just inside this candle and pushing up. Trying to push up through the close. So I do like Microsoft again here today. Would I swing it? I'm not positive I would swing it, but I do like it for a day trade unless we happen to close like this, building volume and up on the close, at the high end of the candle on the close, I would consider a swing. But for right now, I'm just looking at a day trade and I'm looking at the 300 strike. So I'm still looking at the September, but you can certainly push that out to October 15th. But for a day trade, I'm looking at the September options, 300 options in Microsoft. Okay, another one that we were watching yesterday, and Nate took a trade in this. It was beautiful. Look at that big, really a long leg candle there. Closed right at the 20, so I'm looking at anything over the 20. Again, probably more for a day trade at this point, given the uncertainty, and a lot can happen over the weekend, but I'm looking at the 200s. All right, another engulfing candle that I like here. Check out this engulfing candle. Yeah, I think that is an engulfing candle there. We, in Marvel Technology, we have an earnings catalyst coming up here next week. We also have a really nice use of the 50 and started a reversal there yesterday, and now we're watching for recovery. I like anything over the 20 in Marvel, so keep an eye on that one. TJX, they had earnings, and look at this, blew this line right out of the water. Top end closed yesterday, still really good volume. Post earnings, looking for follow through on TJX. I would watch the 72.50s. Lowe's, following earnings, we had a nice move up. Yesterday, we put in a little inside candle on the top part. This looks ready to go again. Excuse me. I would keep an eye on Low here, and I would watch the 205s in Low. You can also take a look over there at Home Depot. That one actually starting a nice little recovery there, and there's room to the 20. So if you don't like Low, you can take a look at Home Depot. Okay, we went through the list yesterday and came up with a few names. This one does not have options, but I really like the look in Edwards Sciences here. So keep that on watch. Joe pointed out Match for a, now this one's been really beaten up. Looks like here we put in a very nice base, top end closed candles, open candles there. I like Match here, and I would be watching the 135s. Cream's one that we've been watching, and Joe's been watching this quite a bit, keeping me informed of when there's dark pool prints and things like that, so I really appreciate the information sharing. I like the look of this trend line here, and I like the move over the trend line. So two ways you can play this. You can take it through the close of yesterday, take it through the close of yesterday, or wait for that trend line. I would keep an eye on either the 250s or 260s, depending on where you decide to hop in there. One that we've definitely been watching for quite a while is Datadog. Yesterday it was sitting, and when I really liked it, it was just above this this downward trend line of the wedge, looking for a move up on the top side and then a close on the top side of this trend line here. Just love this really nice tight pattern. Has a beautiful bullish gap here. Took a little break, stepped it up, taking another break, looking for the next leg higher here in Datadog. I would watch the 135s. Procter and Gamble snuck up on this engulfing candle list, and look at this. This is really pretty. It didn't have a lot of volume. Would like to see a little bit more volume coming in, but looking to test those highs at 145.60 for a pure breakout play. I would take a look at the 145s. Well, Johnson & Johnson, we've talked a lot about having to receive booster shots, and Johnson & Johnson, one that would definitely see some benefit from that. Beautiful use. We've used the 8 quite a bit. Took a little break, hit the 8, pushed ourselves way back up, looking for a breakout of yesterday's high or the high from the other day, which was 179.51, and looking to chase that trend line right there. Like the look in Johnson & Johnson. I would keep an eye on the one, I'm sorry, yeah, 179.51. Keep an eye on the 180s there. A couple that reported this morning. I would watch these for just day trades. Foot Locker and BKE reported, and you'll see both of those looking to gap up this morning. I would also keep an eye on Walmart. Beautiful level set in here. Right at the 8. Now, this is a little bit wickier, and Walmart has a tendency to not follow through. So I do like this more as a day trade or for shares for a much longer play. So keep an eye on Walmart. And then let's talk about Bitcoin. Let's talk about Bitcoin real quick. I'd like to take a look at this. I'm looking to build a position in coin. What I like about Bitcoin, see this longer term trend line? That is one that I've been talking about for a while. This is one that I've been watching for a move up over and hold over that trend line, and then really like it over the 48,000, we'll say 48.6. That area there is a really good look for a long. If you want to play it, of course, you can look for coin. Mara's another nice one here. Good use of the moving averages. Pretty tight. We do have that point of control coming up, so keep an eye on that. Or Riot bounced the 200. I don't like all of these moving averages here and us being underneath them. We really need to be up over, and I would take a look at that over the 34 mark for a play. Okay, that is it for me here this morning. Keep an eye on the retail space. They've just been doing really well. And watch out for any news that comes out from Afghanistan. All right, I hope you have a fantastic day. If you have any questions, please reach out. Heather C. at givingtreetrading.com.